Oh, Barry! Righto, what's going on here?
Oh, sir, I'm arrested. Oh.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another Warframe video today. And I already know, you guys know from the thumbnail, we are going to be learning how to be broken with your boy Baruuk. Baruuk is one of my favorite Warframes. A lot of people would ask me which one is my favorite. He is for sure top 3. Baruuk is just the pacifist, the OP pacifist, you know. He's the Warframe I would recommend to people if all you want to do is just give the hands to the Grineer or the Corpus factions. But for the most part, he's very reliable, he's very strong. And since we've been talking about Baruuk, let's go ahead and dive into his abilities. His first ability is called Elude, which he dodges all incoming projectiles, but only when he's not attacking. If you want to click it again, you deactivate the ability, but if you do attack, it also deactivates the ability. So that's why I'm saying he's like more of a pacifist Warframe. But that's how you can maintain survivability. Lull is a calming wave which slows down enemies until they fall into a slumber, so it makes the enemy go to sleep. They also gain amnesia, which helps them forget if they seen you in case you're doing a spy mission. Desolate Hands is another helpful ability which allows him to summon orbiting daggers that floats around, seeking enemy guns, destroying them with small explosions. So if you do this with Elude, you can even double the range for this ability. And finally, we're down to his exalted weapon. I don't think we encountered a Warframe that gained exalted weapons yet, but if you want to think about it, Excalibur's 4th move is an example of an exalted weapon. So certain Warframes may summon weapons with their abilities, and we call them exalted weapons. But Desolate Hands is the weapon that Baruuk used in terms to use his Serene Storm, which is where you just dish out crazy amounts of damage. You also do get a damage reduction, which allows you to, you know, be more tankier, but for the most part, you're just going ham with his combos. Alright, now since you guys know all about your boy Baruuk, let's go over how can you get your own Baruuk. So in order to unlock Warframes, you have the blueprint, you have the chassis, the systems, and the neuroptics. To start off with the blueprint, you need to have you need to be agent standing with Volk Solaris. So you can check your standing over here. She's kind of one of those hidden shops that players could miss, but I'm pretty sure if you do the story, you'll be you know, caught up with her. One main thing to pay attention to is that she does not talk to you if you are in your Warframe suit. So I can fast travel. She's called Little Duck in case you want to know her real name, but you can go ahead and talk to her while you're in your drifter or, you know, operator. Go to browse wares, and then as you can see, Hildren is here. We'll go over Hildren in a future video, but Baruuk is also here. You can purchase the Baruuk's blueprint for 5,000 standing. If you're curious on how to gain the standing to purchase items in her shop, all you have to do is just go to trade Torods for standing, and then this is where you can see these resources that you collected from doing bounties out in Fortuna, and you trade them to her for standing. So you go ahead and purchase that. If you go and look at how to craft those blueprints, we have the Vegators where legit just fight the spiders. The spiders are where you can get most of the Torods, or all of the Torods. There's different I should say variants of the spiders in which they drop different Torods. As you can see, you need the Cauda, the Sola, and then the Vega. Those are all from the spiders out in the, you know, from just doing bounties. But if you want to get the Hespasm alloy or the Marquise Thice, these are the stuff you're going to need from mining. So you want to go ahead and mine these things. And then there's also a person that you need to consider. This works for every open world like Cetus or Deimos, but this mining person is very, very important, because if you go here, you can see that there's also blueprints that you can buy, which can craft the main resource you need to build those blueprints for Baruuk. So you can see that I need to mine the Thais in order to get the Marquise Thais. Same with this one. So you want to make sure you chat with the miner guy called Smokefinger in order to get the resources you need to craft the blueprints. Another thing is that she does use a different standing. So you have one for Little Duck here in Fortuna, and then you have one for, Utico. So in order to gain the standing points for that, you want to travel. So you can trade gems to get the standing. You can trade bonds. You can trade MOAs. There's a lot of places here where you can trade for standing. But for the most part, I would say turning in your minerals to that guy is an effective way, as well as doing the bounties here for Utico is also another good way to gain some standing. But once you have collected all of the parts for Baruuk, you can go ahead and craft them. And luckily, I don't think all of my videos will have this, and especially for the Warframes that don't have Prime forms yet. But we have Baruuk Prime. Boom. So Baruuk Prime is sick. Every Prime Warframe has like an increase in certain sections of their stats. So I would always try to grind for the Baruuk Prime or any Prime version of the Warframe. One main thing is that if you don't know how to gain the relics, you can always go to your codex and then go over here to Universe and then click on relics and arcanes, and then just click search, type in your boy Baruuk, and you're chilling. You can see all of the available relics that can drop his parts. You can also see it's vaulted at the bottom. Sadly, Baruuk is vaulted because we're rotating with Hildren, and the newer Prime Warframes are coming out. So you can definitely trade this with other people, but usually there's other methods of obtaining these blueprints. You can do Prime Resurgence event. You can do Prime Resurgence events. So this month they're bringing Mirage and Banshee. So they do drop these events in which you can get the relics to get those Prime Warframes again. Those utilize a resource called Aya. I think I can kind of show you. So Aya, you want to gain these from just doing bounties on Deimos or opening relic packs. If you have your clan, you can just choose one of these, go to view offerings, and then find the relic packs. They might be at the bottom. Oh yeah, so relic packs. Just open a bunch of these, and then you may potentially receive some Aya that can help you with. Damn, we had bad luck. That can help you with, getting the Prime parts. But yeah, so once you obtain your Baruuk, I'm gonna go over how you can utilize his abilities to be broken, and then I'll show you my build and an in-depth look of how to utilize that build for Steel Path. So if you want to think of in terms of a loot, do this if there's a lot of enemies, probably meant for getting away or just setting up. If you want to use lull, make sure you go with max range so you can inflict as many enemies as possible. He does have an augment that allows him to, every enemy you take down with a finisher under the effects of lull resets the timer. I would say Baruuk's, since he's a melee warframe, his weakness is going to be bullets. So having something that can help jam weapons, or just allowing there to be less projectiles flying as possible, is best for your situation. And of course, Serene Storm, remember you need to do the other abilities first in order to lower the there's like a circle meter that you need to empty before you can activate your ult. Now you don't have to completely empty it, it's just the longer the better. If you do activate your ult and the meter starts to fill back up again, you can utilize these 3 abilities while you're in your ult to lower the meter again. For my specific build, I had added Eclipse instead of what was the first ability again? Yeah, Elude. I don't need Elude really. If you are putting them to sleep, you don't really need to do this. It's kind of pointless. But then, yeah, Eclipse is a lot better. You can go with Roar, so you don't have to worry about sunlight, or you can go with, I haven't tried it with Zata's Whisper, but so far I do Eclipse and it's nice. I added Archon Continuity because Baruuk does have an exalted weapon, so you can apply status effects to his exalted weapon, allowing him to deal this bonus elemental damage when using your ability. I have Steel Charge to help boost that, Desolate Hands. Now that we got the build out the way, we can finally move over to your boy and his melee weapon. You want to click upgrade because you can add mods, and yeah. So you can go with critical chance. I recommend going with viral so you can just deal all this damage to their health specifically. But yeah, this is my mod setup going with Baruuk. Let's go ahead and take them to a Steel Path mission. Now the cool thing is it doesn't really matter what weapon you run with him, because all you're really utilizing is that a cool thing to note is that Zenuric clan is important in case you guys want to stay with having energy or even slowing down enemies for crowd control. But if you want to even do crazier, more damage, I would recommend the Madurite. Another thing that can help with your boy Baruuk, with the new release of Kalervo, they did drop his new shotgun called the Rauda. So you can use this shotgun. As you can see, every shot that lands increases the wielder's melee combo count. This would be very, very good in terms of using it with the Madurite, or not the Madurite. If you have like combo duration mods and you go over to this weapon, you are going to be doing some damage. Now let's go ahead and finally test it out. What you want to do first is put them to sleep or jam their weapons. I would say jam their weapons because the bullets can come faster. So jam their weapons and then just keep using your other abilities. I'm using the Zenuric to make sure my energy is set. You can even use your other ability to get some crowd controlling in there. I'm just setting up right now. This is why we the pacifists. There's no attacking yet, but we can do our ultimate right now if we wanted to. I would just rather wait until we're done. Now I can go ahead and get some combo multipliers up with this shotgun. Should have put the fire rate higher. Put them back to sleep. Hit some more shotguns. If I switch to my melee, we're at 6 times. So keep going. Now I can go ahead and transform. Get that Arcane Arachne. Deadly. On top of that, you can even add it with your other abilities to make yourself even more deadly. Now if you want to even do more damage, we can go ahead and pull that Eclipse. Boom, 608% damage increase. And with this, he does have combos too, so you don't have to do this all the time. Enemies that gets pushed back by his fourth, they also become disarmed. So you can also remember to do that in case you find yourself getting shot while you're in his fourth. So yeah, you can hit them from a distance, because I said it can go through walls, but my range is not that good. But hey, that damage works. That damage works. Now you guys were probably nervous. I know you were. It's okay. I was nervous too. But trust me, Baruuk is good. any questions on Baruuk and how to be broken with them, let me know in the comment section below. If you have any other suggestions or your thoughts and your ideas as well, I'll be curious to check them out and how you guys utilize your Baruuk. Is always interesting because I like the diversity and how creative people can be with their builds. But thank you guys for watching towards the end. If you guys have any questions, or if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and click that like button below so we can help other Tennos learn how to learn the Warframes that they like. Also, the next Warframe video will be the one down the line. I am going in alphabetical order, so if you're curious on who's next, just check out the Warframe list, and yeah, you'll see. But I do plan on going down every single one down the line. Even if they update it with more Warframes in the future, I will be doing my best to help you guys learn how to play with these Warframes. That was it. But you guys be safe, keep up the grind, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.